5, 3, 2, 1. All right. Welcome to the stream, everybody. How's everybody doing? Thank you for joining us on this. I'm going to get the display capture up in a second. I know y'all looking at a black screen right now. I think it's better than being unprofessional and showing you screenshots of Streamlabs. So I'm Ken Jones. We all introduce yourself one at a time. Go ahead, introduce yourselves one at a time.
Hello, everybody. I am Tropical Surge, and I will be talking about Hurricanes Matthew and Dorian.
And you want to introduce yourself?
Hey there, everyone, and I am gaming with Rye. You can just call me Rye for short.
All right. Let me pull up the live stream. I'm going to pull up the live stream. Let me go to youtube.com. See if I can try to find my own stream. Let's see. Sorry about the technical difficulties, y'all.
Oh, I just sent the Discord link, but it did not go moderated for some reason.
Yeah, because you're not a moderator yet. I'm working on it.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're not a moderator yet. I'm working on it.
Well,
say something before you say hello. Say hello in the chat so I can make you a moderator. Say hello in the chat.
I gotta get on to here in a second. Just give me a second. I'm pulling some things up while you do that.
Okay. Yeah. You work behind the scenes. Go.
Okay.
Put user in timeout. Don't want to add as a moderator. Okay, you're a moderator now, so you can post the link now.
Okay, let me just
post the link. Gaming with.
Ooh. I actually did get the moderation.
Yeah,
thanks.
I just did it. Now post the link, and you'll be able to post the link now.
Just a second. My stuff's taking a second to load.
The other guys. There you go.
There you go.
Okay, pin comment.
Well, at least we got the technical things out of the way first.
Okay, so we got that. And the other guy wants to come in, say something in the chat so I can make him a moderator.
Yeah, just having some technical difficulties. It's gonna be just a second.
Okay, well, we're gonna hold off on that so we can go ahead and start the broadcast. I'm gonna find that video I was watching earlier, that we were watching earlier, because I accidentally exited out of it.
Alrighty, and for that stream,
I did experience Gonzalo there from 2014.
Alrighty. So your channel is Ursager? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I call it Ursager, but you're probably pronouncing it correctly. It's URSAGER.
Yep. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. I had to be.
Play this.
Okay.
So this is the video that's inspiring this live stream that we're doing. I'm gonna put this up and I'll share the screen. I'm just gonna. Okay. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. I gotta play it on the live stream. So I gotta.
Okay.
I'm gonna play it on the live stream. Y'all have already seen the footage, so you know about what happens. Or you can watch it on the live stream, however you want to do it. You can watch it on the live stream, but it'll have a delay. All right.
Yeah.
Display cap.
I just have the stream muted.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. I muted my computer, and there we go. What can you now?
Muted your computer or the audio from the stream.
My computer altogether.
Yeah. And
Okay,
sort.
so that means your microphone will be muted too.
Yeah, I'm on my phone on Discord, so that shouldn't be a problem.
I think.
Okay,
Oh,
you should be seeing my screen on the stream. You should be seeing my screen on the stream.
I'm loading in right now.
Oh, I can see it now.
We're gonna watch this
I'm
video.
loading in right now. That'll be in 2 seconds.
Here we go. Here we go.
I see the screenery. Screenery.
All right. Let's go with this. You ready?
Okay.
Ready.
I'm standing on top of a truck. This was during, we have figured out that this was during Hurricane Dorian, when Dorian was about to make landfall. Hurricane Dorian was about to make. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. I can see you now.
I'll just give y'all's commentary over this when y'all watch it.
Oh, yes, you joined.
Hello? Hello, LT.
Hi.
LT, we're doing a live stream right now. You can check out the link what we're showing. This is during Hurricane Dorian. When Hurricane Dorian, the effects of Hurricane Dorian on eastern North Carolina.
Oh, we got someone. Oh, that's the other person. That's
Yeah, I joined in. Yeah, I joined in.
I actually don't really remember Dorian until recently. It just wasn't really that fond with weather yet.
Yeah, I remember bits and pieces of it still. I remember the panic as everyone was.
Look how hard it's raining. Do y'all see how hard it's raining?
Yeah,
Well,
I saw
I'm
that.
dealing with the brush fire with 0% contained in 80 acres.
Hey, let's stay on topic. Hey, LT, let's stay on topic, man. I know you just come into the Discord, but we're trying to film a video.
Alright. Anyways.
Yeah, well, I know I was in North Carolina, but for Florida, I feel like I was under...
Hold on, LT, let's let this video play out, and then we'll talk. We'll talk as soon as the video's over.
No, I'm looking over the,
No, there's a video playing on the live stream right now.
We left.
That's cool. He didn't really understand what was going on, so it's kind of good. It is raining so hard in this video.
Alright. Anyways, where did we begin?
It's raining so hard in this video, it's ridiculous. This is actually my ex-wife that was filming all of this.
Try and see if I can get the video going on my phone and mute it, because that might be what I have to do.
Also, it's 9:43 p.m. for me.
Okay.
Wait, what again is the time for YouTube?
I'm 8:43 p.m.
Oh,
you're Atlantic Standard Time.
I can tell you where I'm from, though.
Look at all the rain coming off that car.
Wow.
Alrighty.
Let's talk about what we talked about earlier before we came on the air. There was this road right here. 20 foot of water came up through this canal that you see over to the side of the bridge is 20 foot below. It filled completely up with water and then filled up over top of the road, like 4 foot of water on top of the road. That was over 24 foot of water. Some serious storm surge is what we're talking about.
Wait, I would say there's more inland.
It is more inland. This is in Jacksonville, North Carolina. This is on Piney Green Road in Jacksonville, North Carolina. This is Piney Green Road in Jacksonville, North Carolina. We can look that up when we start deep diving into what we're talking about. This is filmed on Piney Green Road in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Look it up so you'll have it ready. Piney Green Road in Jacksonville, North Carolina. We're almost done with the video, y'all. Then we're going to get into the deep dive.
This is Jacksonville.
Yeah, there is. This is going to be a really awesome deep dive, y'all. This is going to be awesome. Y'all definitely want to keep tuning in. There's going to be so much.
It's out of bank.
Yeah. That's me, my old YouTube channel. 2,000 subscribers channel, but I don't have access to it anymore. Full Entertainment Media was my old YouTube channel. 2,000 subscribers. Anyways, let's get into the stream.
Alrighty.
All right. You want to turn your camera on just so people can see you?
Yeah, sure.
I'll do that.
There's the
Alrighty.
handsome devil.
Did I just realize this is the second show today?
Yeah, this is the second show today.
Wow.
We're pushing out some content, y'all. Earthsager Entertainment probably brings to you a deep dive into Hurricane Dorian and Hurricane Matthew. What is that, Dragon Ball Z in your background? Is that Dragon Ball Z in your background? Is that what that is?
Charger. Alrighty. Shall we begin?
Yeah, let's begin. Somebody's gonna show me where Piney Green and Jacksonville, North Carolina is. Anybody want to share the screen? What you were doing earlier, you can share the screen. Are you there?
Why is there a plane called Pineapple?
Are you gonna share the screen? Golden, are you gonna share the screen?
Wait, I was still.
Golden, can you share your screen? Can he not hear me?
I don't know. Golden, can you hear him?
Yes.
Can you share your screen and we can start?
Alrighty.
Can you share your screen and I start telling you what to search and we can start talking about it? No, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see.
You want to do it? Can you share your screen and
What would you like me to share exactly?
I want you to search Piney Green in Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Okay, Jacksonville, North Carolina. Alrighty, just a second. Let me get that set up and ready. I'm gonna pull up something.
Yep.
Pull up Earth Zoom. Alrighty, and which storm would you like me to pull up first?
Yeah, right now, just Jacksonville, North. I just want a map of Jacksonville, the road, Piney Green, in Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Alrighty, just a second.
As soon as you share your screen, I'll start drawing on. I'll start using my cursor to point stuff out on the screen. That video we watch, I'm going to show them exactly where it was filmed at.
Alright. Is that good?
It will be as soon as it loads. What the hell? Why is it taking so long?
Yeah, just some.
What happened?
Yeah, it is taking a while to load.
Let's try that.
Your camera's not loading either.
Mine isn't?
Your camera just said failed to start camera.
Alright, hold on, let me do something real quick here then.
Maybe exit out and come back.
Okay. Is it working now?
Oh.
Well, your camera's off again.
Yeah,
Now
I turned it
sharing.
off. Yeah. So for now, I'm just going to keep my camera off because it doesn't seem to work.
Let me exit out and come out myself.
I got Jacksonville.
North Carolina. Piney Green.
Oh, I see. Jacksonville, North Carolina. Okay, right in there.
There we go.
That's definitely an inlet.
Gotcha.
Go now look for Piney Green in Jacksonville, North Carolina. You notice this? Hold on, stay on it so I can point on the screen. You notice how this got this big, the new river right here coming up. This big river. It's a new river.
Yep.
So it comes up way up into. That's why Jacksonville floods so bad, because that comes right up into Jacksonville. This is Hubert. This is actually where I live now. Right here where it says Hubert. You see that?
Yep.
That's where I live. That's where I live right now. That's where I'm currently at. That's where I'm filming this from. But I live really close to the coast. Another interesting weather topic. This year we had 28 inches of snow in Hubert, North Carolina. I've never seen that much snow in my life. 28 inches of snow. Right there in Hubert, North Carolina, I measured 28 inches of snow.
And that's a lot.
That's a lot of snow, especially for eastern North Carolina. Before that, the most I had ever seen was 6 inches of snow.
Alrighty.
So, go to Jacksonville and look for Piney Green.
I am zoomed in as much as possible. I don't know if that's
going to search. Can't just search Piney Green.
Yeah.
He's on Zoom Earth.
Yeah, it doesn't pop up. Oh wait, let's try this.
Piney Green.
Have you pressed now a minute? No.
Wrong thing.
Piney Green. Put Piney Green, Jacksonville, North Carolina. Piney Green, Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Yeah, it's not.
It's okay. It's okay. Go back to the map and I'll give them an idea of where it's at.
Whereabouts that would be.
It's like right here. Right here. So you can see this wraps around it pretty good, like a U form. It's like right here. This water is the water. One part of I don't know where it is exactly, but this one part of this is what is going underneath that bridge. So that's how you were able to get that storm surge. That far inland. Does that make it? Does that help? That make sense? How you were able to get that storm surge that far inland?
Yes.
Oh, it must be over here where this weird shape is.
Oh, okay. Anything? Let's move on to another topic. I mean, not another topic, but let's talk about what do you remember about Hurricane Dorian?
So I remember a few things actually about this storm. I remember how the biggest thing was how it stalled over the Caribbean just before Florida.
Yeah, I remember that. That was crazy.
Caribbean? You mean Bahamas?
That's when I first had known about Dorian at the time, and this was live on the Weather Channel. I remember it was slowly weakening as it was supposed to curve to the north and then go out to sea to the east and be a minimal impact to the United States East Coast. However, things did not eventually turn out to be that case.
I remember I was heavy into watching weather on YouTube, and I was following people like Mitch Weather West. I don't know if you follow him. I'm
I know of him.
you know of him. You say you know of him,
Yep, I know of him.
and I was following heavy on Weatherman Plus, another YouTuber.
Yeah.
So I was following Weatherman. What are your thoughts on Weatherman Plus, if you know who that is?
I don't really know much about him, so I have no things to say.
I would show his videos, but I don't know if he would be okay with that, so I'm not going to do that. But I will show his.
Yeah.
I will show his. I will show his channel.
Yeah.
Let me Google. Let me YouTube it.
Of course, credits to Weatherman Plus for his videos and stuff.
Yeah, I like him. So I hope he wouldn't have a problem with me. Weatherman Plus.
Yeah.
Weatherman Plus.
Of course, you do also have to always make sure that.
He's got a shit ton of subscribers. Well, I know that.
Yep.
Can you see? Can you see my screen?
Hold on just a second. I'm gonna stop sharing mine. I'm gonna switch over to this. Yeah, I see what you're looking at.
Oh, I'm behind.
All right, look at his subscriber count. 328K. 328K.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He's very successful. And
93.5 million visits. I mean views.
yeah, this is not everybody has these analytics. Oh, I pay for this. I pay to have these analytics. It's an extension through. It helps me with my YouTube channel. It lets me know different data. So this is insider information that y'all are seeing right now.
Yes.
But yeah, there's his live views. There's his views. 8 videos. Last 30 days, he's made 8 videos. That's actually not a lot considering how big he is. Let's look at mine, for instance. Mine. Wait till you see how many videos I made.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay.
Wait till you see this number. Google. Let's see. Sager. You are. I'm going to just go to my channel. I'll see. I hope it comes up. Here it comes.
It definitely did come up.
Look how many videos.
1.1 thousand.
No, look how many videos in the last 30 days. The number right underneath that.
Ooh.
405 in the last 30 days.
Okay.
That's a lot of videos in comparison to his 8. But he has a lot more. What'd you say?
I unplugged my headphones.
But look how many subscribers I have. It's a lot smaller number than him. I have 9.8K.
Okay, you're definitely on your way to 10,000, though.
Definitely on my way to 10,000. That's the goal, baby. That's the goal. 10,000 subscribers is the goal. So, for those of you who do not know, I want to tell you we do a daily blog every day. I do a new video at 5 a.m. You see that 5 a.m. uploads every day. I put out I put
You
a,
definitely see that.
a new video comes out every day at 5 a.m.
Wait, that's usually a lot of people are asleep during that time.
The whole point is that they have all day to watch it. No matter what time.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they have all day to watch it. It comes out no matter what time they wake up, it'll already be out.
Okay.
So if they get up at like 6, it'll already be out. People watch videos on their way to work. So that's the idea behind it. Here's my video description. A new video vlog every day at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. daily vlog, real life work, business, and journey in as it happens. Real world hustle, gig work, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Lyft, Spark Driver, Curry, plus side hustle income and real earnings. Kent's junk removal and relocation of furniture, Eastern North Carolina, real business content, including piano removals, mattresses, indoor furniture, outdoor furniture, and full clean outs. Contact 910-650-3694. That's if, of course, if you live in Eastern North Carolina, there's no point in contacting me. If you don't live in Eastern North Carolina, I can't help you with a clean out if you live in California. But if you do live in Eastern North Carolina, feel free to contact me for junk removal at 910-650-3694. We do weather coverage. Obviously, we do weather coverage. we do weather coverage live stream.
We live weather for a reason.
We do weather coverage, live coverage, hurricanes, severe storms, breaking weather, and live updates. Channel structure, daily 5 a.m. uploads plus live streams when needed, forecasts or business, money, weather, and real live exposure. So there, for those, including you two, you actually know a good idea of what my channel is around and based on. What's your thoughts?
Honestly, straightforward.
What'd you say?
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, right?
I definitely agree with that too.
So let's get back into what we came to talk about. Tell me some of your personal experiences. I was telling you about how I followed him. I followed Dorian through Weatherman Plus and Mitch Weather West. I do want to say special thanks goes out to both of those YouTubers. I love them. I enjoy their content. And while I'm giving special thanks to other YouTubers, I can't help but thank Pat. I have a lot of people on my server because of Pat. He grew my Discord tremendously, and I owe a lot to him. He really did help me out, and I don't ever want to step on Pat's toes when it comes to covering weather. My approach is much different than Pat. Pat likes for the most to do current storms. I like to do history. That's what I think I thrive in. So I like to get personal about a personal aspect of it because I live in Eastern North Carolina, so hurricanes definitely personally affect me. Anyways, tropical surge. Tell me your personal effects of this storm and even other storms that we're not directly talking about. Give me some personal stories about hurricanes that affected you.
So basically, what you have is the area of large convection that starts up in the tropical regions of the Atlantic, for example. For these particular storms, which they can start off anywhere tropical, with key ingredients such as water temperatures that are above 27 degrees Celsius, or for us here in the Americas, which we use Fahrenheit, that's about 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's some hot ass water. That's like bathtub water.
Yes, precisely. And you also want to have low wind shear in the upper levels, and you also want to have a moist atmosphere.
And that's the reason why El Niños usually produce less storms.
I'll get into that in just a second. And then on top of that, you also need a storm initiation, whether it be a low pressure a frontal system that stalls and loses its frontal characteristics, or just convection that eventually forms a lower pressure that eventually allows storms to develop. Now, on top of that, there are outside influences such as the El Nino and La Nina index, or the El Nino Southern Oscillation, as we call it in the weather community. Uh, Basically, you'll have either an El Nino, which the Pacific waters in the equator are warmer than normal, or cooler than normal, and a La Nina, which they translate to the boy for and warm, or the girl in and cold in Spanish. And this year, we will be having
that.
very strong,
Sorry.
possibly the strongest El Nino on record, which typically decreases hurricane season activity by a significant margin depending on how strong that El Nino is. The stronger the El Nino, the stronger its impacts will be.
Yes, yes. Um, One of the hypotheticals I put out there, um,
Mm-hmm.
one of the hypotheticals I put out there is that obviously storms in the MDR are probably going to be slashed in half. There's probably not going to be. For those of you who do not know, MDR stands for Main Development Region. Can somebody pull up a map and show them where the MDR is located? Can anybody, either one of y'all?
I'll do that.
Yep, just a second here. I'm gonna.
Okay, I was trying to do that.
Yep, here I got this. I have a good one to pull up. I'm gonna pull it up with a sea surface temperature analysis, and basically this will be really good for everybody that looks to understand. So first things first.
So, anyways,
If you know, the MDR is between Africa and the Caribbean.
Here we are.
Oop, wrong area.
Yes, this is the Atlantic as a whole, but the area where I am zoomed into in the middle of my screen is roughly the main development region, or the MDR.
right here, right here, right here. I'm using my cursor to go on the screen. Right here is the MDR. This area right here.
Not.
I'm a little high.
Not for May development though.
Yeah.
I was a little high. It's more like this area.
Yep. And then currently on top of that, with the scale, anything in yellow is where it is possible for tropical development. And I say about 27 degrees, but realistically, you can have about 26.5 degrees and higher. It's around an estimate. So I say 27 degrees Celsius because it's an estimate. But anywhere in this yellow, yep. I'll show the Pacific later if you like, but for now, let's focus on the Atlantic.
Yeah, let's focus on the Atlantic.
Yellow, orange, and red, that is where tropical development can be sustained if we were just going off of water temperatures alone.
And I do want to point out this. If you look up the east coast of the United States, can you zoom in right there? The Gulf Stream. There's a section right there where storms could develop in what they would refer to as a homegrown storm. If a homegrown storm was to happen in this section right here, right off the coast of South Carolina, if we get a couple homegrown storms, their escape pattern would almost certainly involve a curvature out to the Atlantic, out to sea, but they would probably most likely go into North Carolina because of what that positioning. If they were to form off the Georgia-South Carolina border, it would leave little chance that they could escape without making contact with the eastern seaboard. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree with that to an extent.
Yeah, some storms do tend to ride up the coast sometimes.
Go ahead. Tell me why you agree. Tell me why you agree and why you Why do you agree and why do you disagree?
I agree with the setup and how they initiate. However, I feel like more of these homegrown storms go into the United States. For example, Tropical Storm Chantal of last year, which went upwards through the Gulf Stream into North Carolina, for example, that was a homegrown storm that went up into and made landfall.
Can anybody pull up any information on that storm he's talking about? Give us a track. Show us a track.
Yeah, I can pull up the National Hurricane Center's.
There you
go. There. Storm number 3 is Chantal.
Look at that. Right in South Carolina, right below the North Carolina border. What is number 4?
And that there is an example of a homegrown system.
That's a perfect example of a homegrown system.
Another
Also,
one would
number
be
4 is Dexter, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. So not all of them go out to sea, but many of them do. I'm gonna pull up 2024 as well. Let's see.
A lot of homegrown systems. Look at that. Look at number 8. Look at number 8.
Yeah, technically that did not become a named storm because
But it's an example of a homegrown storm, even though it's not a homegrown storm. I get what you're saying.
Yes, it is a
Florida
homegrown
got
storm,
the-
however, it doesn't officially
and
count
got the
because
most of that season.
Yeah.
What is that orange one? What is that orange one?
That is, I believe, that is Debbie.
Well, when was that? What year was that?
2024.
This is 2024. All of this is 2024.
Okay, show another year just for shits and giggles. Let's see another year.
2023 was crazy.
2020 is a good one. Right here, number 2. That was Bertha. That also formed near South Carolina and went up into South Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
And then another one, I believe, was Cristobal, number 3, which I don't know if you can see.
Okay, we've already talked about it. We've already talked about it before, but let's talk about 1996. Bertha and Fran hit the same place, basically the same place. Bertha and Fran, 1996. Can you pull that up?
Let's see.
Bertha.
Fran and Bertha. Okay.
1996.
Fran is number 6. So, okay, I see. You got actually 3 different storms. No, 4.
Yeah.
That were in the same area.
1996 was absolutely crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, two actual tropical cyclones.
Now, just for shits and giggles, just so you get an idea of how bad this was, pull up how much damage cost. How much did the storms cost? So you get a realization. How much did they cost?
Alrighty, Fran was almost okay. It doesn't tell me on here, so I gotta pull up their information, which they might tell me how much damage they caused. Okay, hold on a second.
You can do a Google result. It would come up in Google.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see if I can find it in here because Google can always lie to you. So, if it goes off of official records, then chances are you'll get the most accurate data. For example, you have a bunch of these reports in which this is what was experienced during Hurricane Fran of 1996 on the time of day. And on top of that...
Hold on, y'all. I got to use the bathroom. Y'all keep talking.
Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, you have some data which currently, judging by the fact that there isn't any data on damages, it seems like the damage reports are unknown for this particular storm, which I am going to go back. Okay. I'm going to go back to here and stop sharing my screen for now. I'm going to search it up. That was about...
I think usually El Nino seasons, the storms from the main development area.
Alright, I'm back, y'all.
Yep. So, in 1996, it caused about $5 billion worth of damage, with 1.7 million customers without power. I should note that this year was a La Nina year, though, so this wouldn't be any El Nino influences. An El Nino influence would be example 1997, which that was also a super El Nino, which is a comparable...
1992 also.
Yes, 1992 as well is another example. However, I like to look at 1997 because that one was much more significant, and the 1992 one was upgraded afterwards. After it was a moderate El Nino, it got upgraded to a very strong El Nino. It's because everywhere else the water's cooler than normal, as opposed to 1992's El Nino, which is an air water.
Okay, this is supposed to be a deep dive into Hurricane Dorian and Matthew. We have yet to talk about Matthew.
Yeah. Continuing back on the point, another storm was Hurricane Matthew that had formed in the Caribbean, which actually, to this day, if my memory serves me correctly, is the southernmost Category 5 hurricane on record in the Atlantic at about 8 degrees north, I want to say it was.
Can you show a map? Can you show a map?
Yeah, hold on. I'm just gotta go back to NHC real quick. No,
Yeah.
share my screen again.
It's not very common for storms to form that far south.
Definitely.
Well, no, it's common south, but it's just not common to be strong. See right in here.
Hold on, I'm waiting for it.
Right.
Look at
Where Hurricane Matthew became a Category 5. Where that.
Barely missed Jamaica though.
But it did strike Cuba.
Ouch.
Yep. And for reference, that is about.
Go up to North Carolina. Go to where it's coming to North Carolina. Show that. Look at that.
Right in the red. Matthew was number 14.
Now let me tell you how crazy I am. I decided it was a good time to go on a date. So I thought it would be fun to take a girl out on a date when Hurricane Matthew was making landfall. I was riding around in Morehead City, North Carolina. If you want to pull up a map, you'll see where Morehead is. Morehead City. Morehead City, North Carolina. I was riding around in Morehead City, North Carolina, as it was coming, as the hurricane force winds were going on in Morehead City, North Carolina.
What city was that again?
Morehead City, North Carolina.
Morehead?
Morehead City.
Okay.
That's where I was, riding around. I was just chilling, y'all, trying to get with a girl. That's what I was doing when Hurricane Matthew was making landfall.
Yeah.
I was.
I just realized that.
I just realized
2016 was.
I thought he was gonna say. I just realized he's freaking great. Kent's fucking crazy.
Now, something worth noting with these two seasons is that they were both weak El Nino seasons, which we'll get into another point potentially in the future about climate change.
Well, let's talk about it now if we can.
Yeah, hold on a second though. I'll get to that in just a second. So that's actually something that both these storms have in common, both Dorian and Matthew, is that they're Category 5s in seasons in which it is hard for them to reach Category 5 status just because the environment doesn't favor the Atlantic Basin during an El Nino season.
That's why I'm saying what I'm getting at, the big picture of what I'm getting at is that there's a real shot of having two major hurricane, not major. When I say major, I don't literally mean Category 3. That's what the term major means. I don't mean that kind of major. I mean a significant event hurricanes, Category 2, Category 1, significant storms.
Or maybe a tropical storm, potentially.
A hurricane, I'll just say hurricanes. There's a chance that two hurricanes could come into eastern North Carolina this year, and I think it's likely to happen because I think we're going to get some homegrown storms coming off the South Carolina border.
Wow.
Yeah. I really think I'm willing to go on the record and say I put out the possibility that there could be two storms that hit the east coast of North Carolina this year. I really think there's a strong possibility. So later this year, you can either say, Kent, you totally there was nothing to it, never happened, didn't even come close, didn't even get one hurricane. Or you can say, damn, you knocked it out of the park on that one when it actually happens. But I'm willing to say, hey, I think this could happen. I'm not saying it's going to, but I definitely think it could happen. So if we get one, then it's like, I guess I was right. I guess I was kind of right. We get two, I knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, with that, I can say that it's definitely possible. However, another thing worth noting is that the Carolinas are notoriously known for having a hard time having hurricanes make landfall because it curves out, and the hurricanes like to curve out to sea. Even full-grown systems can curve out to sea, for example. It really is going to depend on the origin of the homegrown system. For example, if it's in the Gulf, it's going to ride up the coast, then it's likely. If it's going to be on the East Coast, in which it can make landfall on the East Coast, it depends on how close to land it is. If it's further out to sea, like Dexter was last year, which was in about this area right in here in the middle of my screen, as opposed
And
to
also, Aaron,
Chantal
Let's
was
talk about Aaron.
here.
Yeah, I think he said it. I think he just said it, but let's talk about Hurricane Aaron.
Okay, yeah, we can get to that, but for now, the main focus is Matthew and Dorian.
Okay, let's keep it on pace. Dorian.
Okay, let's keep it on track.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, with these two storms, they shouldn't have technically really happened in a way because you had a weak El Nino, which supports wind shear, which is where you have two winds going in two different directions at two different levels of the atmosphere. So just at the surface of the atmosphere, you could have winds going towards the west, or we call those easterlies, which is normal. And in the upper levels, you're going to be having winds going to the east, which are westerlies. In the upper levels, which is not considered normal, because normally it's supposed to go to the east. And El Nino is a pattern that breaks circulations around the world. So, with that in mind, that typically tears apart storms at an upper level or a lower level because they're off balanced systems that need to funnel warm water. And when your storm is at a tilt, it can't properly sustain itself because it doesn't have any convection at the top of the storm anymore, or the warm water that it's trying to use and fuel itself isn't properly dispersed, and the storm weakens and dies off as well. So there's
okay,
that with these storms. In addition, with that, these storms were particularly interesting because how they formed and how they progressed is common for an El Nino pattern to have strong storms out to sea where the wind shear isn't as strong of an impact. And typically, eastern seaboard storms aren't too significantly powerful because when you look at sea surface temperatures, usually they're much cooler. However, the Gulf Stream has been getting warmer, so that is a linked case to why hurricanes typically get stronger.
Yes, yes.
I guess usually most storms might form over here sometimes.
In which neither of these two storms were homegrown, but they made impacts close to the United States or made landfall, for example. I believe Matthew may have made landfall in North Carolina. I gotta double check my facts on that one because both storms were very close to land. I know Dorian made landfall, but I do not believe that Matthew might have. I gotta double check that one.
No, you can check.
But yeah, if Matthew did make landfall, it was in the exact same area as Dorian, 3 years apart. Different times, but if
Is,
this was the
is
case,
there anything? Is there anything? Is there anything we're leaving off the table that we should be talking about that we haven't talked about yet?
not particularly that I can think of. Just the whole concept of
Because I think this is a good video. And I don't want my video to go too long. I want people to actually be able to watch them in their entirety. So
yeah,
let's try to make sure we wrap this up as smoothly as we can, but cover everything that needs to be covered. I think this is a good
yes.
good way to close.
hmm
But you got anything you got left? Either one of you got anything left that you want to add?
Yeah, I'd like to add in some personal things about Matthew,
Go
and
for it.
then I'll close with my goal, my mission with this future channel I plan on starting. So, with Hurricane Matthew, I was 8 years old at the time. I was
Oh,
moving up northeast, and I remember seeing something about this storm that was supposed to impact Florida indirectly as it was supposed to curve off to the north and then to the northeast, just like Dorian did eventually after stalling. I remember on my way up to the northeast, I had made a stop and I saw on TV about this massive hurricane that was near land, and it just fascinated me how this was a unique situation in which it was going to be close to land but not really make a direct landfall, because it seems like Matthew may have made a landfall, but it is very hard to tell. So I'm just going to leave that as the
Yeah, we don't have to
un-
make up facts. We don't have to make up facts. We can say we don't know when we don't know.
yeah, but I'm going to say it did because it's hard to tell on a graph. But back to the point, it just really solidified how hurricanes can
It doesn't
easily
matter. It
impact.
doesn't really. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it made landfall or not. It definitely impacted them.
Yes, it just made a big impact on me too, because it really reminded me of how hurricanes can make an impact to people even without a landfall. So that's why they always say
It only
just be
takes one.
prepared. Hmm.
Yeah.
And then those are some remarks I have about these kind of situations, and it
Can I say
really
this?
solidified my goals to track tropical systems a
Can I
lot
tell you something? You want to talk about impacting your life? Hurricane Florence caused me to have a mental breakdown, which led to me losing my house, my wife, my car. I lost everything because of Hurricane Florence. It tremendously turned my life upside down. Storms can
Yes.
storms can tremendously affect you personally. There's things they can do. It mentally destroyed me. It destroyed me, and I recovered. I'm fine now. I'm very financially successful. I own my own business now. I own my house, my car, all my vehicles are paid for. I own multiple vehicles. I'm successful, but I lost everything during Hurricane Florence. That was how long ago was Hurricane Florence? I'm guessing it was 10.
That was also 20. I believe that's 2018, the same year as Michael.
Yeah, the same year.
Double check.
It was the same. It was definitely the same year as Hurricane Michael.
Yeah, 2018.
So that was it changed my life. The hurricanes can deeply affect you, and Bertha and Fran changed my life as they were the first hurricanes I ever remember. Bertha and Fran, they were the two we talked about. Two hurricanes hitting eastern North Carolina. Bertha and Fran was the first time I ever remember that happening. So it can happen because it's already happened. Bertha and Fran hit eastern North Carolina at the exact same time, exact same. Two hurricanes hit eastern North Carolina the same year. Bertha and Fran hit eastern North Carolina the same year. If you can, you pull that up? Can you pull up Bertha and Fran?
Yeah. Hmm. Hold on, let me get back to that, and then I'll share my screen again.
Bertha and Fran hit eastern North Carolina the same exact year, and they
And point, that was 30 years ago this year. Impacts can
Wow.
still out from these systems. People still recover from Hurricane Irma in 2017. People still recover from Hurricane Michael in 2018. And you can see here, these two areas in red are the two hurricanes that we were talking about hitting North Carolina.
Bertha and Fran.
Mm-hmm. There's another one as well.
Yep, that was the first. So imagine this as a kid. My first experience ever seeing a hurricane. I get to see Bertha and Fran the same exact year. That was my first experience as seeing a hurricane. I seen two in the same exact year. That was my first experience.
Yeah.
I remember standing in the kitchen and I had a privacy fence going around my swimming pool in the backyard. It started picking up the privacy fence like somebody was taking a rag across the table and just started sliding the like you would slide the stuff off the table. That's how it was picking the privacy fence out of the ground. And it started chunking it at the house and it threw it through a window and glass went flying all around us. It was very, very intense. My dad went to our building in the backyard. My dad went to the building in the backyard to get a piece of plywood to put over the window after it got shattered from the plywood. When he put the he was thinking as he was walking up there with the plywood, how am I possibly going to be able to hold this sheet of plywood up to the house? It's going to want to blow away. When he put the sheet of plywood, it sucked to the wall. It sucked to the window. He just put the nails in around it. It literally held to the side of the house by itself, and he screwed the screws in to put it on the window. It held to the window. It just sucked to the window. and he put the screws in. That's how intense the wind was during that hurricane.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Of course, it doesn't take the wind to cause the most damage in a hurricane. I
No,
should
it's the
clarify
water. It's
that.
the water. It's the water.
the storm
It's
surge.
storm surge has taken 3 times as many lives, I believe, is the statistic, than the wind and rain damage do in any particular hurricane. In most situations, that is. There are, of course, exceptions like Harvey, which dropped 60 inches of rain in Houston, in which I'm sure more casualties were felt from the rain, which, of
And
course, they are.
also tropical storm Allison.
Yes, that is a really good example of that as well, and how these two storms mostly got retired from their rain and water damage because they got stronger. One got stronger over land, one stalled over land.
Any more of this, and I'm sure we're at risk of just going too long and boring the crap out of people. I think this is a good time to end this stream. Y'all want to say farewell?
Well, that is everything on my end, and definitely a good backstory on some origins on my interest in meteorology and hurricanes, and good awareness for people as we just came out of Meteorology Day and Hurricane Awareness Week.
Okay. So finally, I want to get.
Also,
Go ahead.
remember, it only takes one storm.
It only takes one storm. So,
Only takes one.
so I want to end with saying thank you to a couple of people. I want to thank Pat for everything he's contributed to helping my channel grow, helping my Discord grow. I got to thank Pat, Path Predictor, for doing that. I want to thank Weatherman Plus for providing us content tonight, and Mitch, because we talked about him. Let's talk about special thanks to Mitch. Also, want to give special thanks to anybody else that I didn't mention, that I mentioned during the stream, but I didn't give a special thanks to. I want to say thank you to them, even if I don't mention you by name. I do respect other YouTubers, and especially people who have meteorologist degrees like Pat Predictor. He is a meteorologist. He's not just a YouTuber. He is a meteorologist. He has a license. He went to school for it, and I truly respect him for doing such a thing, and that's commendable. I'm Kent Controversy Jones. That's my nickname, Kent Controversy Jones, and I'll be signing off. One more chance to say anything else. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but any farewells you got to say?
Well, as I mentioned, I am Tropical Surge, and that is everything on my end, and I'll come back on to some other time.
What about you, Golden? You got anything? You got anything, Golden?
Remember, it only takes one storm to change to change to change.
And last year is a great example of that.
All right, I'm King Controversy Jones, and I'm signing off. This has been really fun, and